Oh, that's Gerard.
That's not my kid.
All right, good morning. It is Saturday, November 8th, 2025. We've got a matchup between the Americans and Chesterfield Falcons at St. Louis Gateway Classic. This is Duncan breaking out at the opening draw, trying to get his sliding shot in, but picked up by the Americans. Pass up to George. Long offensive breakout. The shot had walk. And Wall's first test. That was 14. Nice. Powell. It's Powell. That's a shot just into the neutral zone. Vogt will spin around. Vogt pressure by Willie. Now the Americans trying to bring it over. French back in by Duncan, but couldn't get it going. Bring a line change. Both red dot in the neutral. Right, Barricade at center. Miles and Waldman back on defense. That's going to shift over, and a nice adjustment by Watt. That was Bredenfield shifting. 34 for the Americans trying to break out. Isaac Ty trying to pick it up. That puck will stay in. Leggett trying to poke it over. Picked up by the Giles sends it through the neutral zone. 64. Barrett. And that puts the first score on the board. Clock 04. Both teams vying for position. Puck down in the attacking zone for the Falcons now. That's Bollinger. With possession, Case will enter the attacking zone. He'll slide it back behind the net. Picked up by the Falcons. That's Clark's wrapping it around. Loose puck now in the neutral zone. Chased after by Bella Bradick. Bella Bradick catches it. He'll look for a shot. That's a shot. That's a goal. No goal. Is that the left leg? After, he'll try to get his stick. Both teams fighting for position up at the point. Into Vogt's hands. Vogt will shoot that off the body of Del. Carried out by the Americans. They'll look for an attack. Falcons back checking. Harrison will get his stick on it. Harrison sliding it off the boards. Picked up by number 14 French. He'll look for a shot. Lost down low. Duncan with possession now. Duncan carries it out, kept in by Willie. Vogt shoots it into the neutral zone. That'll go the length of the ice. That's icing. Clock stopped at 8:16. Players getting a little bit of a word from the coaches, trying to get everybody lined up. Face-off won by the Americans, kept in by McKinley. Down to the corner is Giles, who will shoot it back forward. McKinley picked up a little bit of air, grabs it into the Falcons. That'll be the clock's 39 now. Hey, David, if you want to sit. Sit down. On the bench side for the Americans. That'll be kept in momentarily by Osik. Giles trying to get his stick on it. He'll slide into the boards. Chased after by Brettenfield and Waldman, but untouched by either team as it crossed the red line. That's icing. That'll bring both teams 200 feet down into the attacking zone for the Falcons. 7:37 on the clock here in the first period. Platt at right wing. George will take center. Osik at left. Giles and Waldman back on defense. Toward grab it. They're on the attack now. Giles getting his stick in there and preventing the Americans from moving forward. So a good back-checking effort by Lawrence. Now poked back the other way. Just trying for clear possession. Now into the hands of Giles. Six who had it. That's Case looking for a shot. As Gerard Walk was shifting over, had the 5-hole open. And that's Case. Number 6. Case now looking for another shot. He'll slide that forward. Stopped by Walk. So tie game now. That score came at 7:02 on the clock. Americans equalizing the score. Barricat at center. That'll be 85 Barks. French shifting over. Stopped by Walk down low. Nice save by Gerard. Barricat trying to carry it out. Picked up by the Americans. French with a shot. That's going to go wide onto the deflection of Barks' stick. Gerard Walk trying to pick it up, but by the Americans. They'll have to wait for their set, but they shifting over. That was Woodley. Left hands land. Right wing. Actually, it's going to be Duncan at right wing. Harrison on defense. Pokes it into the neutral zone. Now in the hands of Vogt. Zone. Chasing after with Harrison and Duncan in tow. Duncan player down on the ice, unfortunately. See who this is. It's number 80. That's Hawley. He went into the boards pretty hard. Not sure what's going on. He seems to be favoring his arm. And at this young age, anytime you slide into the boards, it doesn't feel good. So we're going to see how he feels. He's going to hold his stick above his head. Everybody will give him a clap and say he's doing all right. He'll move off the ice on his own power. That's a good sign. Both teams showing good sportsmanship, taking a knee, and for their 80 Hawley for the Afton Americans back to the bench, and he'll get a moment to rest and recover. Only 4 players on the ice for the Americans. So the Falcons with a player advantage unintentionally, as there was a little bit of miscommunication on Hawley's stoppage in time. Boat chasing after, Brettenfield behind. Brettenfield swings in front of Boat, grabs the puck. He'll try to keep it. It'll stay in momentarily, but picked up by Harrison at the border. Harrison now moving it forward. Duncan can try Bearcat. So that was Bollinger. Duncan sends it in, but Bollinger still across in the attacking zone. Stops the clock at 5:31. Bollinger at center will face off against number 48 Brettenfield. Powell at left. Duncan at right. Waldman and Giles back on defense. Into the shooting lane. Shot. That's going to go just wide. Duncan will grab it. He sends it off the boards toward Bollinger into the opposite corner. Brettenfield, though, blocks out, and he'll try to carry it out. Waldman, though, nice effort at the point to keep it in. Duncan passed to Powell. Powell does a shot. That's right again. And picked up Waldman. Nice slide. At 5-hole. 5-tip. That comes at 4:57 in the first. Duncan. Case, sticking up, number 6. Marks will try to get his stick there. He'll that's Gerard getting control. Rebound opportunity by number 20. That was Reckham. The Falcons. Ty fighting for possession at the red line. Ty with possession. He'll clear it into the attacking zone. Good effort by the Americans to poke it back the other way. Barks will pick this up in the corner. Barks now up toward Bella Bradick. Platt pokes it through. Bella Bradick in Platt. Now picked up by Platt. Platt looking for a shot. That's a shot. Opportunity sent in by Platt. Picking up that rebound as the puck kind of meandered right in front of the doorstep of the goalie for the American. Capitalizing. So that gives the Falcons a little bit of a cushion here. Americans working to clear it out. Picked up by Osik. Sent towards, but hand French. Pick it forward. Okay. Oh, is he? That was bring us their own attacking territory. So 3-1 score. Falcons on top. 3:23 here in the first period. Kane at left wing. Osik at right. George at center will face off against French for the Americans. Vogt and Harrison back on defense. Vogt will pick up. He'll look for a sliding shot. That'll make its way forward, but deflected off the stake of the skate of number 30, Willie. Willie carrying it forward still. Now Vogt, who goes down. Harrison pokes it out. Good effort. And that'll be Vogt clearing it behind the net. Vogt forward. And poked over by 22, but loose puck over. Opportunity. Vogt looking for a shot. And score by Vogt. 28. That was a wrist shot just past the glove side of number 65. Yeah. Yeah. And we've got Bearcat, Duncan, Powell, Giles, and Waldman on the ice. It's Duncan. Duncan with a shot. Off the body, tips. Powell. Bearcat. Bearcat pass over to Powell, so good distribution there. Nice pass to Duncan from Powell, who had a shot, and that was just wide to the left. Centering pass, it's going to be picked up by the Falcons and sent out off the stick of Waldman. Giles clears it over, and that's offside. Stops the clock at 1:42 here in the first period. Both teams will face off on the bench side near the Americans. Action. Referee. Barks. Actually, this is Brettenfield who steals it. Brettenfield with a breakaway. Waldman. That's past walk. Brettenfield with a nice shot as he shifted over and slid it past Walk's right leg pad. So that carried it on breakaway and took advantage. Brings 4-2. Falcons still with the lead, but Americans cutting into it. Oh, you're serious. Where was it?
It was on the edge. I don't know when they set it.
Can't be in there. I know, but that's a bummer. Platt and Bollinger breaking out. Platt carries it in, but lost and picked up by Bollinger. Bollinger with a shot off the right leg pad of Tips. So a nice save by Tips there. He's trying to pick out 50 seconds. But it's back it again. I know. You can. Yeah, you can. I don't use mine that much. No, we can record the data. That's what I'm saying. We can the data. Realistically, you'll never access that stuff again anyway.
I know, I just want them.
I know. Both teams finally 23 seconds for the first period. Off this time. It's French for the Americans who carries it forward. Past French in the hands of Holly. Holly goes down. Picked up by Godfrey Dooley. He'll shift it forward. 2 seconds remains. No shot by either team in the waning seconds. And that'll close out the first period. Falcons and Americans back to the bench to get a word from the coaches. And we'll reset here as we head into the second period. recap. It was Bearcat and Klatt. Bearcat with the assist over to Klatt. Klatt who sent it in. Open. Point. That was 10:04 in the first. Around 4:55 in the first was Duncan with another goal. Klatt and Vogt rounded out for the Falcons. Americans squeezed past wall. That was and just 4-2. Duncan clearing it in, trying to bring it ahead, but poked over by the Americans. 46 Giles sends it forward. Americans trying to clear. That's Leggett, but a nice stick by Duncan. That'll go through the neutral zone past Waldman, and Brettenfield trying to go. This will be Giles as he tripped Brettenfield, who was looking for an attack. So Giles headed to the sin bin. Yeah, but it's still called. And that's the first power play. Hit on the here shot. Traffic. The clearing it. He'll do a good job. Willie trying to bring it forward. Picked up by Leggett. Barkstow steals it away. Field will opt to keep it. He's past Waldman's stick. Falcons can be tipped back to the new zone. This is Duncan now. Duncan coming ahead. Duncan short-handed. He's going to look for a shot and score. Duncan short. So Duncan with a nice wrist shot, just mid-level into the net, past Phipps, goalie for the Americans. That was short-handed as Duncan kind of shifted around traffic. Play and it looked like he tripped, but Case fell on his own, but Case had an opportunity, but that just expired. This is Klatt behind the net now. Klatt, Belabradic, Ty all on the ice. Up to Ty, picked up by Ty. Ty shot it forward, but deflected. Full strength now. Bearcat onto the ice. Bearcat. Send it into the neutral zone. Picked by Vogt. Vogt now waiting for everybody to clear. Those still put off guard. And that'll stop the clock at 9:32. Stopping clock brings the line change. This is Kane at right wing, Oseek at left, Bearcat at center. And we've got Vogt and Harrison back on defense. So Vogt getting a little bit of extra time here as I believe he's the lone man not to change. Picked up by Harrison, back by the blue line, but sent who looking for a shot. He has it. Up ahead. He'll shift shooting lane. Low shot. And save. Nice shot by Vogt. Nice save by Phipps. So French and Bollinger will face off now in the attacking zone for the Falcons. Duncan at right wing, Powell at left, Woldman and Giles back on defense. That's Woldman, pass up to Powell. Powell shooting ahead, but off the stick of Hawley. French now gathers. French trying to carry it forward. Put it over, but Duncan. Americans trying to clear it out. Now clear opportunity for Bollinger. Bollinger back shot off the skate. 22. That's Ryan's. '95 clears it. That goes up to the point though. Woldman had it. Deflected off the stick of Woldman. Giles will gather it at the blue. The border. Now Powell trying to clear it ahead. He'll dump it down deep. Falcons on the forecheck now. 21, Greenman will have it. Deflected over by Bollinger into the corner. Bollinger and Greenman fighting for possession. This will be picked up. Woolley, number 95. Now it's number 30 who will carry it in, but Woodley both 7:33. That's her. That's Katie. Gator side. We've got Cladd at right wing, Ty at left. Brettenfield facing off against George for the Falcons. Barks and Bella Braden trying to circle around and gain possession, but centering pass, but picked up by Brettenfield. Brettenfield now on the move, past the red line. Looking for a shot, just wide, goes. Bella braided. Looking to send me by Brett. Now turn. That's picked up loose again over to the line now in the hand. Ty shifts over. Ty and Platt both on the attack. Ty shifting to the left. Ty with a shot. That's just over the net. Picked up by Platt. Platt looking for a shot. And it's in. Chris Platt with a shot and goal. So Platt and Duncan both with a pair of goals so far in the game. One more means we'll have to throw our hats onto the ring. .640 on the clock here in the second. We've got a goalie change. That'll bring out number 5. Let's go, Sophia! That's number 5, High. And the Americans will have to reset. Poked over. Harrison now gets it in the mix. Sauter sends it ahead into the attacking zone for the Americans. Vogt with possession. He'll swing it behind the net. Waiting. What's going on? Back in. We'll just back on. Pace trying to bring it in and skated over to himself. That's sent forward by Osik though, and that'll be an icing call. Sophia will have her first test of the game. Falcons now in the hands of Powell. Tries to bring it ahead. That's going to go off the boards. Sent in by McKinley again, just past the point. That stops the clock at 5:51. Face off here at the red. Face off against outlet right. Giles and Waldman back on defense. Hawley bringing it forward. Now in the hands of Woodley. Woodley sends it ahead. That's going to go just to the corner. Duncan grabs it. Picked up by French. French sends in as number 90. Score goes 6-3. 32 in the second. So a nice pass from French over to Woodley. Woodley squeezing in between Armstrong's 5-hole. And that cuts into the Falcon lead. Was it around? Well, the knowing why it says it went around, have to do video replay. Right. Hawley bringing it ahead. Pass for another attack. Greenman. Yards are actually, let's see, that was Godfrey Dooley bringing it over. Woodley trying to jump up and preventing offsides. They'll send it back down the corner. Godfrey bring it off the shifts it ahead. Back to front. Captain by Greenman. Ollie pokes it forward, so the Americans spending more time in the attacking zone. Finally cleared by the Falcons. This is High who will gather it and smothers the puck. That'll be a clock stoppage at 3:58 in the second. So nice job by High to pay attention. Kane at left wing. Vogt and Harrison back on defense. Ossie lines up maybe in the wrong spot, not sure. That's going to be a shot by Vogt. That was just to the right side of the net from the goalie's perspective. Kane, Ossie. That's going to be a shot forward. Kane chasing after now in the corner. Kane with possession, centering pass over toward Bollinger. Bollinger waiting. Ossie to the perimeter. Shot by Kane, picked up by number 74. Nice job by Kane with a shot, and that was just behind the net. Kane putting some meat on that one. That's another shot. Sends it almost to Kane. Shot towards the leg. 3:03 remaining. Another by Kane. No, Bollinger actually. Bollinger down low. He's looking for a shot. Now Kane with the rebound. Finally smothered. Falcons putting on a barrage. Can't squeeze one past High.
Don't do that.
George at center, Powell at right, Duncan at left, Giles and Waldman back on defense. George, who picked up in the flat. kicked in by kicked Powell, and Powell. That's a stop by High. A little bit of life now into the Americans as they want to clear this out, and not sure, but that's a save by High as he fly, and dangerous as the Americans appeared to send it toward their goalie, and the rebound went loose and just down into the low slot, picked up by the Falcons and shot ahead. 2:34 remains here in the period. Down low. That'll be Waldman. Low slot, Powell. High. Case trying to bring it out. Powell now grabs it. Shot. Save. Powell with a nice shot. High with a great save. Sent out. Now in the hands of Case. Case will try to bring it ahead. But Waldman, a good effort. Falcons, nice job resetting to prevent offsides. 86 Woodley tries to bring it over. Now it's a back. And Duncan with a shot. Loose puck still down. With a deflected off the skate. Loose puck again. Case picks it up. Case looking to bring it past Duncan. Can't get it done. Now in the hands of 46 Saunter. Saunter off the boards. Picked up by Giles. Giles back ahead. And Mary on the boards. With a down up as Duncan was looking for a hat, and High stopped it. Duncan with another shot down low, prevented by McKinley, number 86. Americans trying to clear it out, and finally it's who lost the stick and shifted over. Picked up by attacking zone. Now Giles, pass over toward Duncan. Duncan will grab that off the boards. Giles keeps it in at the point. So the last several minutes have been the Falcons all on the attack. Case will try to carry this out. Beckham, actually Reckman. Oh, that was a shot by Powell. High adjusting over, but that deflected off the body, and now Giles will have to wait. And this is a second. Hopefully the clock will run down. And a nice game so far. Oh, that was my fault.
Oh, she likes to tuck too.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to know she's alone.
Oh. Arms. A bit of intelligence to each other.
I'm so good at skating.
Bearcat will take the draw here to open the third. Platt at right wing, Ty at left wing. She recovers from a little slip. Bella Bradick and Barks back on defense. French face off Bearcat for the 6-3 game. Ollie sends it forward. And Armstrong will shift up, smother that, and send it over to the referee. That'll bring a face-off on the bench side, back in the attack in the Falcons' defensive zone. Same lineup as before. French against Bearcat. The Americans will look to put on a little bit of an attack here, or early in the third. French sends it down to the corner, picked up by Bearcat. Bearcat shifts it over on the perimeter. Greenman looking, shooting. Ryan's trying to keep it in. Looked ahead. Bearcat. Bearcat now on the attack. He'll bring it ahead. Good effort by. Wait for that. Holly now. First shot. Strong will have over. She can say strong. Americans looking for a centering pass in front of the net. They'll shift over, but Ty trying to this one. Holly with a shot. That's wide. And sends it back off the boards over to Wood, but Barks gets there first. Barks trying to send it out. Referee on accident. Now past Bella Bradick. Bella Bradick into the neutral zone. Chased over by number 22. That's Rhines. Rhines back over. And they're going to call that clean. Holly grabs it. Or Woodley, correction. Woodley looking. French with a shot. And save. Over two. Godfrey Vote in on defense. OC at wing. Kane as well. Vote picks it up. Deflect. That's going to be saved. And some good goals. A great defensive effort as the Americans squeezed out much of the shot range that Vote was trying to provide. Godfrey Dooley back to center will face off against number 8. Right back. Godfrey. Americans up back. Kane. That's Leggett trying to clear. Shot and by Kane to the slot. Kane with the goal. Oh, really? Okay. And we've got goalie, a little bit of pump here. That was Bollinger over to Powell. Powell with a shot. That was just in front of the net. Duncan trying to a little bit. That's going to be a shot by Sauter. Matters. The puck went wide off a deflection. Now Duncan back on the rush. Duncan shifts past McKinley. McKinley drops. This is Kinley. Duncan and Powell. Duncan with a shot off high and through. And that's a hat trick for Duncan. Goal. Shot by is 2-on-0. Powell. As Duncan sent the wrist shot just past the blocker side through the body. Now Ty looking to get a goal. Ty shifting over. Ty, nice handling. Sends it into the Barks with it by 8. Over now Klatt. Klatt looking for his own three-peat. That was just wide. Try to clear it out. Bradick will grab it over line. Case. Sophia! Sophia is coming out. Shot just wide. And Case with a good opportunity. Nice pass. Trying to pass to Bella Bradick. Just behind. 7:22 here in the second. Correction here in the third. Game is almost over. And Bart to fire. Pressure by Bradick. Taking it, but recouped by Reckham. Reckham bringing it through the blue line. Looking for a pass. It's Case who's waiting. And a good back-checking effort by the Falcons. 34 sends it ahead. 46 Saunter chasing after. That'll go. Ty chasing after. Ty grabs it. Ty looking for a centering pass. That's deflected. Almost picked up by Bearcat off the stick of High. And Barks with a slap shot off the stick of Breckham. Picked up by High and sent in by Kane. Bearcat off High over to Kane. Kane of the game. At center, facing off against French, but it's Brettenfield who will carry it forward. Brettenfield's going to look for a shot. That's going to be pressured by Vogt, who gets a stick in there. Point. Now over to Brettenfield. Danger. Trying to clear it out. Holly shifting over. Looking for a shot. Load. Loose puck down low. Now Vogt trying to carry it out. Vogt past Willie keeps by Harrison. Holly trying to bring it ahead. Brettenfield trying to pressure. Kane sends it out. That'll go the length of the ice, which and brings us 200 feet direction. That's a good idea. Might be a little chilly, but I think they'll like it.
We're right here.
Armstrong waiting for a potential shot. That's Giles who will swing it around. Send a pass off the boards to Howell, but pick a good job by that. Half the American, but a brief exchange sends the puck the other way. Duncan chasing after. High just off on it. To one. Powell at left wing, Duncan at right. Godfrey Dooley sends a face-off. That's over to Duncan, and a nice save by High. Wins the face-off over with a shot. Slot by High. Face-off again. This one again, and it's 32 Leggett. He's going to look for a shot, but off the boards by Giles. Almost kept in at the blue line, but offsides, and that'll allow things to reset. Falcons will bring a line change. Leggett will face off against George. And Barks Bella Bradick back on defense. Ty at left wing. Platt at right wing. Platt will send that ahead, and it may have enough steam, but it's Platt chasing behind. get to the puck. Looks like it's Leggett on the attack. Leggett trying to move forward. Pressure behind from Ty. That puck will make its way to Barks. Picked up by Woodley. Looking for an attack with a shot. Deflected. He'll send it off the boards. Picked up by Ty. Nice back checking by the Americans. Brian's trying to grab position. Over on the into head by Woodley for the face off down in the Falcons. Armstrong giving I love you, saying she's in the game. Case will face off against Bollinger. Case wins that one. Accepted was Vogt who grabbed it. For a little bit of a breakaway, Vogt with a shot and score. That's Vogt's second. That comes at 1:20 on the clock. Bearcat against Case here with a minute left to go. Powell and Duncan left and right wing respectively. Vogt and Harrison back on defense. Powell will send that off the boards by the red line. Vogt at the shot. That's wide. Actually deflected by one of the 4 seconds remains in the game. That'll get sent up toward High's leg pads and he'll smother. Face off here. Time continues to on. American Falcons keeping the same line out. Bearcat at the same Powell at right and left. Last face off. Almost collected by Powell, but he'll bring it over at the corner. Grabbed by 80. And that's time. One by the Falcons. They'll all smother Sophia Armstrong. Walked in, great job. And they're all going to line up and congratulate each other on a well-deserved effort. And in scoring order was Bearcat. Duncan Klatt in the second. And in the third, Vogt. 10, the Americans squeezing a few past Kate Brettenfield.